I'm good. How are you?
I'm very, very good. The last time I saw you, you were talking about your film with Gugu and Mbatha Raw.
Yeah, Beyond the Lights.
Yes, at the BFI, and it was a brilliant film. And I'm glad to speak to you again about this magnificent project.
Uh,
Just to get straight into it, one thing about the Woman King is making me miss the old Facebook group debates, the debate groups that we were in back in the day, the Black Facebook debate groups, where we would do no work. We just debate blackness all day long. And so I'm like, I wish I was in one of those groups. I'd be so intrigued to see what kind of conversations will be born out of from the Woman King. But it's already been debated to death. How do you feel about your project being such a conversation piece right now?
I mean, you want your work to matter. You want it to be noticed. You want people to talk about it. Foremost, the reaction has been incredibly beautiful, and I love it, not just because of what this film represents and means. You want to start with making a good film that people enjoy, but also this cast. They gave me everything, and I just want them rewarded for their incredible work, because I think they're all extraordinary, and I love that the world gets to see them, see their passion, see their talent.
And testament to yourself as bringing them all together with a team, of course. How did you plot The Woman King out to find the balance between entertainment, drama, history, action, and all those things that make a movie great?
It's interesting. It's strange in that I never thought about, it's a bunch of different things, as opposed to this is the story and everything feeds into everything else. So the personal stories, the intimacy within it, feeds into the big set pieces and hopefully gives them stakes and gives them a reason. So, I mean, I love movies that tell us a lot of different things. I never like to go in just an action movie. Like, that bores me. For me, when reading the script, as exciting as it was, I knew my guttural connection was the personal stories within it. And so I get equally excited to shoot, say, the bath scene as I do shooting the oil battle. So I just want it all to work in concert and everything feed each other, so that at the end of the day that you care.
So how do you think Love and Basketball, Gina, would have approached this project? And how much has your journey so far readied you for this project?
I mean, I can certainly see easy through line from Love and Basketball to here, certainly in my hope of reframing femininity and what it means to be a woman. And from Monica to now, this group of warriors, it's like, that's the beauty of it and the fun of it. Also, it's like, it's staggering to me still. Love and Basketball was over 20 years ago. But the fact that Sheila and Lashana talked to me on set about how much that film meant to them as girls, like, that's amazing. And now to be able to put these characters up on screen that I hope 20 years from now people are talking about, that inspired them. So, yeah, I mean, I love it all. And things I learned certainly on Love and Basketball, in terms of working with actors and the amount of training I've made Sanaa do to embody Monica, these actors did as well.
Is it? I think you were saying that it's surprising how far-reaching Love and Basketball is globally. Yeah. And especially to us, I think, as Brits, Black Brits, who slightly robbed of our culture, our UK culture, being canonized on screen. So we, especially generations like I'm a Gen Zer. So it was exactly my teens, Love and Basketball, and we inhaled Black American content because we had potentially nothing else. So I know you said it was shocking, but do you understand? Sounds weird, but do you understand how important your vision has been to the world? And now you're doing something like the Woman King. Like, do you know what's your special sauce? Do you recognize that?
It's interesting. I mean, I know what I put in the world is what, like, I want to see, and I want to see us. But my entire career until the Old Guard, I was told my work doesn't travel. I never got international releases. So when I came and shot here for 9 months in London for Old Guard, that was the first time I heard that folk over here even saw Love and Basketball. And not only saw, but it meant a lot to them. I mean, it took that long for me to understand that there was a reach, because I was told my whole career that it didn't. So that was pretty phenomenal, because as an artist, like, you want your work to move people and touch people, and yeah, that was pretty pretty cool.
I know it was a bit of a big question. It's something that you do have to sit with, because it's the lie that's been told. And similarly with Woman King, our history that's been remixed and told from the mouths of other people.
Yeah.
The reclaiming is really important. So as you were doing, that's a big feat, and I think it's weight on your shoulders, obviously. How did you power through the moments of, if you ever had moments of doubt as a filmmaker, whether you had the even right to tell the story? You know, I don't know if you had any of those kind of battles in bringing it to life.
Never doubted for a moment that I was one to tell the story. I feel like all my work up until this point has led me to be able to tell the story and tell it the right way. The thing that weighs on you, certainly with this, is you can't fail. Because I know what this film means for us. I know what it means for the industry. I know how short-sighted the industry is, where if one movie with us fails, they take it as a blanket statement, you know. The pressure that was on Ryan Coogler for Black Panther, he had to be great, and he stepped up and he did it, and he changed the game for so many of us, and changed culture and changed perception, opened the door for this to be made. So I couldn't fail. So, but that pressure can scare you, or it can push you to work harder. And for me, it just pushed me to give everything I had to this film to hopefully make it good.
What was a scene or a moment? I said there are many moments. So what was one of the most defining moments that were maybe difficult to get your teeth into? It's like, I need this scene to work. It's not working. It's troubling me. How did you power through that particular moment?
Well, there were very few of those because of this cast.
Okay.
I mean, man, these are, you know,
yeah,
the dopest. But I would say the bath scene between Aniska and Nawi, that is such an intimately epic journey of two actors knowing how deep they would have to dig, and would they be able to make every moment of it real. And so, and also, sorry, I'm laughing, just because also it was just like being in a giant hot tub for literally like 8 hours, you know, so I had to keep their energy up. But after those first 2 takes, I was like, oh, they know this. And we did a lot of work, rehearsals, prior to even getting on set. What does this mean for the characters, their backstories, how deep it went, what every moment meant in the moment. So that's exciting to be able to deal with 2 titans and have Tuso be able to go toe to toe with Viola Davis and like just be right there in every moment. So it was exciting to see, but also I knew the importance of that scene. I won't speak negatively, that scene had to work for the film to work. So there was a ton of pressure on that scene, but again, just as they started doing it, I was like, oh, we're gonna be okay.
I'm sure they're gonna tell me to wrap up in a minute, but yeah. I wanted to say which is the scene that most defines the film for you. I don't know if it's that one, but I also wanted to squeeze in, when I watched it, I was like, yeah, we need this. This is what we need for us to reclaim our power, our glory, and understand who we are as Black people. And I'm like, how many more films do we need for it to work? For the kick in, we've had Black Panther, we've got Woman King. How many more? So it's kind of like that, and a scene. Maybe the easy question is a scene that really defines Woman King for you.
Well, I would say there's 1,000 more that we need, because we just haven't had it. Our lives, we grow up and we have a couple where everybody else has 1,000 of ways to see yourself in different ways, to see yourself heroically, to see yourself in love. I mean, 1,000 different ways, and we can count on, you know, our hands how many we have. So we have so much to undo. So yeah, we need 1,000 different stories to keep redefining and defining and inspiring us. Wow, defining scene. I would say there's 2.
Okay.
And that is the garden scene at the end between Aniska and Nawi, because that is a scene, I had to fight for that scene. And
Okay.
a scene like that within this genre is a big deal, but it's what I hope made this different, because we are allowing these characters to have this moment to really stay truthful to their history and who they were, and not sugarcoat it and not just end on a triumphant moment, but give these actors, these characters, the emotional depth that they deserved and that we don't often get with our characters. And then the after scene is absolutely Gina Prince-Bythewood, the director, sharing her vision with the world, and that is connecting us from the past to the present, and our fight and those who we've lost. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gina. I appreciate this film and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good to see you.
And you too. Take care.